Carrie is not showing up. I wonder where she's at.
How do you know we're starting? Does the little light go on?
Turn your
When you
phone off,
see
Heather.
our face, okay,
Oh,
when we
yeah.
open up, you can say,
Well, yeah, but
welcome
you
to
need
What's
to, oh,
Cooking.
jeepers.
I will. And just turn the volume down so I
Oh,
see.
okay. Okay, sure you
All right, so welcome to What's New. This evening, we have a new host who's going to give it a try and see how she likes it. Her name is Gretchen Clinton, and she's a local out on Roth Quarry, off of Roth Quarry Road. Yeah. And our guests tonight are Carolyn Bach from the St. Genevieve Art Guild, and Pat and Greg Ferguson from Audubon.
Yay!
So they're going to tell you all their little things that they have going on and all the excitement that's coming into St. John.
Oh, and we got a lot of excitement.
We
coming
do,
this evening.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So whichever one of you wants to go first.
All right, I'm going to start, Carolyn, because like I said, I don't want to follow Carolyn. She's too good. So, Audubon's, we've been a part of Audubon's since 2011, 2012, I guess. When we closed
10
the
years.
doors, it's been a while, yeah. But anyway, we got a lot going on. We're a restaurant, we're a hotel, we're an event center. We got a beer garden now that we just opened up. So a lot of fun things are happening. We kind of look at ourselves as part of the hub of St. Genevieve, that historic district, and we have a good time while we're down there. Phenomenal food, phenomenal accommodations.
They are beautiful.
They are. We went from 13 rooms to 7, and they're more spacious. They're kind of a boutique atmosphere.
Each one's different.
Each one is different. Each one is named after John Audubon. Audubon, who lived in St. Gen, he was partnered with Ferdinand Rozier in 1811. And Carolyn did an extensive, as a matter of fact, her work and her historical, that's so good you're here tonight because that connection is phenomenal.
Yeah,
If
the
you go into the
information.
lobby of our hotel, you look to the left, you see all of her research, painting of Audubon himself. I mean, he lived here, not for a long period of time though, just a short period. Then he came back. He left, came back. And 1811 was this phenomenal year anyway, in St. Gen. Great earthquake, John Audubon, great duel of Fenwick and, oh my goodness, James Crittenden. Yeah, so that history, the history of our building is phenomenal as well. First television, St. John County, Audubon Hotel. We serve what I think is some of the best food you will find.
Excellent.
Oh, it is. It's good. We do so much from scratch. It's got some German flavor, our schnitzel spätzle. We've had people that have
Come from
lived in Germany
Yeah.
said you won't find anything better.
And
So-
our oven, our brick oven.
We have a brick oven. Our
Our
pizza's
pizza?
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's our salmon second to none. Oh my goodness, it's good. We have one of the best bourbon selections if you're a bourbon drinker in this region. Best wine selections in this region.
And we have some of the local brews and.
We do. We have
Lot of
Charlottesville. We have a couple of
microbrews.
Charlottesville beers. We have Cave wine. We have a lot of California wines as well. So it's just kind of a place where you go,
And gamble.
relax, have a good time, just be around friends, laugh a lot, laugh a little, just whatever makes you feel comfortable. And one of the themes is where the past meets the present. And one of the things, since Pat and I have been involved in this, is to hear the stories of all the people that have been a part of the old hotel, as it was called. Now, and by the way, it used to be called Hotel Audubon
Right.
many years
Long
ago.
time, Yeah,
And so we kind of kept some of that
history.
as part of what you experience when you come.
Yeah.
As I said, we have 7 rooms. We have a bar. We have a restaurant. We have 2 event rooms. We have the library room, So if you're looking for rehearsal dinner, looking for a shower, you're looking for a retirement party, Christmas party, we got that. We have Cellar 56 from one of the fires that happened at the restaurant and hotel. You'll still, matter of fact, if you go downstairs, it's kind of got that speakeasy look. You'll see the char on the walls. We never wash those walls. They're still there on the bricks.
It's the
stone.
original stone
Yeah. And
foundation.
And it's gorgeous. So, each one of those event rooms will house around 50 people. But we're an inviting restaurant. It's family friendly. We're not a pretentious restaurant at all. You can have a great steak. You can have a hamburger. We got it all.
It's funny because we'll start talking to somebody and we find out some way or another, we know part of their family members or they know part of the people that I know from Art Guild or, it's just like, oh, there's always a connection.
Yeah.
And if there isn't, we make a connection.
We do.
One of the neatest things that happened 2 years ago, we had a young lady who was paddling. She started at the mouth of the Missouri River all the way down to the Mississippi, and she came into our hotel, and her rescue dog Hank stayed outside, and she told us all about what she was doing. She started a group now called True Path Adventures. She's come down and talked at the schools and did book signings. I mean, we meet so many interesting people.
Very much.
It's just phenomenal. It's a gathering place, and that's what I like,
That's
You
what
know
St.
what?
Jen offers. I think that's
Yeah.
part of this whole
Town.
community.
Yeah.
We are one of many places in this town. There are some great restaurants, some great
Little shops. Oh, yeah.
There's
Great
an
art.
art
I'm gonna
community,
talk
which
about
Caroline
the
gets.
art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Caroline gets to talk about that. But there's so much to offer in this town, this historic national park. Even if it wasn't a historic national park, the history and the things that come down. I used to come down here, eat at the Old Brick with my parents when I was a child, and I remember their fried chicken. Great, still great.
Yeah.
You have some really good places to eat and to relax. It's this town offers a lot. One of the things, and I know, Iris, when I talk to you about, everybody's aware of the events, but those events have grown. We've added to those since we've been involved in the Audubon. We've added so many different events. This town has added so many different events.
Yeah, we just had the Honey Festival.
We did.
And we wouldn't have had that had we not had, like a honey shop and all those different things that we offer, all these little
These
boutique-
little businesses
Yes.
here it is, if it's not a magnet, it should be, because there's so
Yes.
many things to see, to do, to experience. I had guests that stayed with us last night and staying again tonight, and one of the things that they love to do is to go to historic hotels to stay. They're from Nebraska, Omaha area, and they came specifically to our hotel because of the history. We're 1903 is when it was established, and so they love the fact that you can walk the streets in St. Genevieve, feel safe. You can jump into any shop and there's, I don't know, there's
handmade, people that still create things with their hands, and just seeing the buildings that are so historic.
and they're inviting and they're friendly. This is a welcoming community. So for us as a restaurant, we've kind of, we closed the doors December 31st, 2012. We were closed for 2 years, shy 1 month. We opened at the beginning of December 2014 with with the restaurant and the library room, which is used to be the old Bolduc room, I believe, in the old hotel. So we opened that. 1 year later, we opened Cellar 56. Pat has a gorgeous painting downstairs in Cellar 56 of a fire and the wine barrels that are sitting down there.
Imagination.
Yeah. We then opened the hotel in 2018. Again, 13 rooms to 7. They're gorgeous. 2 of the rooms, we have one true suite. To be a true suite, you have to have
A
2
separate-
rooms.
Yeah.
And it's a shared bathroom, but it's a lockout ability, 2 rooms, 2 HVAC systems, a whole 9 yards. It's kind of not very relaxed. It's a Lincoln Finch. And each one of our rooms is named after one of John Audubon's birds.
Really?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. So the Lincoln Finch was one. That's kind of got the royal flair to it.
Well,
We've got an ADA handicap accessible room.
Yep.
That's the Golden Eagle for all of us Golden Eagle people who are the Golden Eagle Pass and in our 60s and 70s.
well, and our restaurant hotel is the only historic building that has an elevator
Oh, that's
We
a-
did.
that can serve, because so
we
many
put
of
that
these,
baby in. It was
Yeah.
yeah.
so many of
exactly.
these historic
Yeah, that's
buildings
fun. Yeah.
are not accessible
yeah.
because,
Yeah.
of the history.
But we are, and so then we got the Turtle Dove room, which is the corner room. We have the Partridge and the Mockingbird room. They kind of mirror each other, and they're adjoining. We have the Cardinal room. Got to have a Cardinal room if you're in the St. Louis area. Got to recognize the Cardinals. And then
And
we
our
have
state bird,
yes,
bluebird.
and we have the Bluebird room as well, state bird, and it's the one room that has the 2 queen beds. It's kind of a great weekend getaway, especially during deer season. Come November, Now I know ladies hunt too, but if you choose not to, and you've got the Bluebird room to come down, enjoy a wonderful weekend at the Audubon. But the kicker, the one thing that we have added, and that opened this year
Oh, yeah.
officially, was our beer garden.
And we have
Very
music.
nice.
We have music out in the beer garden. As a matter of fact, Pat's got several different bands. We've got, well, of course,
Here's-
Jour de Fête. Jour de Fête, we've got 3 bands, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. And the week after, now the bands that, I'm just going to read them off real quick because I think these folks need to be recognized. We've got, for Jour de Fête, we've got Shenanigans. They're going to play the first on August 12th, and Fault Line is playing from 5 to 9. So Shenanigans is playing from 11 to 3, Fault Line from 5 to 9, and then on Sunday, Jour de Fête, Chris Welch is playing, and he's acoustic. And then the following week, Streamline is playing August 19th. It's kind of a back-to-school thing. And then, come the fall, one of our busiest periods of time. September, October, really busy. We've got, for the Oktoberfest, which, by the way, is a group, the people that are working on this Oktoberfest, I think they're going to make St. John, they're going to definitely put them on the map for Oktoberfest. Last year was a group effort, hugely successful. I think it's just going to grow this year.
Yeah, tell
We
me
have
the
music
dates.
on our end. Yeah, the Oktoberfest
dates,
dates, surprisingly, it's in September, because that's when Oktoberfest
Oktoberfest
starts.
is in Germany.
September 16th to the 17th. We'll have music in our beer garden, food, games. On Saturday, we have a Volkswagen parade. Starts at 11 a.m. It was awesome last year. We have the German family celebration on Sunday with the Wiener Dog races.
Wiener dog races were fun.
Oh, they
did
were
you-
fun. They were fun. South Side, Johnny is playing on Saturday from 5 to 9. Do check Facebook. As I said, multiple
were-
people are putting their talents and skills. As
Lots of
Audubons,
fun
we are.
activities.
Yeah, we're
had-
just happy to be part of it.
They had holding beer steins, how
Oh, yeah.
long you could hold beer steins, and I mean, just all sorts of contests.
And I know they're still working on the different activities. And we're just, Audubon's is part of that. We are part of a group of people in this community, as I said. Can't
Whenever
talk
we-
enough about how
Yeah.
great the people in this town are to promote this amazing historic town.
And
to
every
give you what we
time
got.
there's something going on, we want to add to it by, hopefully bringing, because when they come in town, you want them to have lots of things to do, and music and food and art and.
So, and I'm not gonna, I know we've talked a lot, that's
Yeah.
part of our problem, we love talking. But I will,
So if you come to our restaurant,
yeah.
don't look for Greg or Pat if you don't want to talk.
No, exactly. We love to bartend. I love to bartend. Pat helps in the kitchen. The food, the schnitzel spetzels, we said, phenomenal. Salmon's phenomenal. The beer, phenomenal. We just have a good time, and we hope that you'll swing by, but not just to us. Go to
Right,
the
to
animal.
everybody.
Go to the Oris. Go to
Oliver.
Oliver's,
Yeah.
phenomenal pasta. Go to the Old Brick. Go to the places in this town.
Lunch place, a little lunch place down
Stella
there.
and me.
Stella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all of these
We know all
places
these places.
offer, and common ground. You get all the
Oh,
different
yeah.
coffee places we have in
And
town.
they serve breakfast all day too.
Yeah, Pat's right next to us, Pat's
Right.
Pastries,
Yeah.
phenomenal. I mean, all of these places help make St. John what it is.
We're really blessed.
We
Yeah.
are,
Well,
and
and
if
people
I've
that-
missed anybody, get on our
Candy Martin, Candy, I always call her Martin Mahurin.
yes,
Sassafras.
Sassafras. Oh gosh, yes.
yeah.
And all the different shops. The Show Me shop across the street.
Yes.
Products from Missouri. Just so much to offer. We are just,
And
as a
the
business,
museum.
just real. Oh, the museum's
Our
great too.
great new
Right.
museum, and
Yeah.
then our heritage museum,
Yeah.
and then our visitor center. I mean, there's so much you can see.
We're
in
just
all the
happy to
historic
be a
homes.
part of it. And again,
And
get
there's
online.
gobs of little shops all down Main Street.
You
Yeah.
can walk,
Yeah.
look at the art
Right.
guild shop, the art
Well,
shops.
there's an art tour.
Across the street from us,
Sarah's,
yes,
The ice cream shop.
ice
The ice
cream.
cream.
who doesn't like ice cream?
Sarah, oh my Lord, Sarah's ice cream.
Her
Um,
drumsticks.
So, we're just, again, we're happy to be a part of it. Come visit us.
Yeah.
Yeah, come have a great meal. Come have a nice stay. You know somebody who wants to stay. If you want to book a party, come.
Yeah.
We're here.
I feel like sometimes, and I think this was one of our goals, was to have like a meeting place, because you know how people used to gather, like maybe at the post office or the general store, where the general store used to be, Rosier's, which is now the wedding in the event center and part of the school. But I remember coming down as a kid and thinking, that's so cool. But there's so many different things to see and to know what's going on in the community. If you go in and stop and talk to people, you'll find out what's going on.
Absolutely.
Well, I do have to say that I was speaking to somebody and they had family that came in from out of town and they got in late with children and stayed at Audubon's at the hotel.
Uh-huh.
And they were very gracious, because even though it was late, you made sure that the children had something to eat and something to drink, and they made a statement that it was very welcoming and very, and anyway, so again,
Glad to hear
thank you
that.
for the hospitality.
You bet,
I
you
like to
bet.
eat there.
We love to accommodate
Families and
whatever
friends, yeah.
people are trying to, do for their weekend or their week, or, if we know a little bit in advance, to have something special for them.
You bet.
So,
One of the things I always liked about your
That's
rooms
great.
was right next to the window was a picture
Oh.
of what used to be outside the window.
That's
Yeah,
where the
that's
past
neat.
meets the present. So each
Exactly.
one of
I
our
thought that
rooms.
was
That's
wonderful.
really
It is.
That History
So
buffs.
thanks to Bill Nager, because
Yeah.
Bill
Our
provided
little next
so
door
much
neighbor,
of
yeah.
our photography in
Yeah.
the building, and so he wrote
history.
each one of the history of the historic narrative of each one of those photographs
Yeah.
of what you would have seen if you would have looked out the window at this particular time, this
Time, when
particular
this was
year,
built, yeah.
and that's where the past
Yeah.
meets the present.
And I love the big Falstaff with the horses.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
talking about, Pat and I
Yeah.
actually had dinner
Yeah.
tonight as customers. We don't get a chance to do that very much. But we came down because I wasn't working, and we sat in booth 103, right by
That's my
that
favorite
picture
spot, yeah.
of, and if you look in the back, you'll see the old Rozier House.
That is now
Francis
our parking
Rozier
lot.
I'll have to
House,
look
Beer
which
garden.
is now our parking lot and our
Yeah,
beer garden.
Right.
And
right.
it was there with the mules
Yeah.
and the old Falstaff and Audubon's Hotel, which
Yes.
it was named.
Yes.
So this goes back 40s or 50s, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is cool,
That
Carolyn.
down in, let's see, 57. right around 60, they tore that Rozier building.
So
were
it's
telling
hard
us
to say,
stories
it's
about
probably
that.
somewhere in the 50s, 40s or 50s when that picture was taken. And I assume it's Anheuser-Busch,
But it
but
might be
I'm not
Falstaff.
100% sure. We put that picture that Bill Nager had made, and we put it with one of the windows from our building, and we put the window
On the
as if
wall.
you're looking out the window to look at that. It's
Right.
really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, come on down. My brother Jim makes the best Manhattans
my
in the entire region. I pour the best glass of wine. Following my brother Jim's recipes for martinis, you can't beat them. They are the best. So, thanks, guys. We really appreciate you having us.
And a shout out to all of our employees.
Yes.
With so many people really looking and struggling to find employees, we have some great employees. I
Amen.
mean, our cooks, our front of the house, our events coordinator, Kara, all of them work together. You know, Mary Beth and Jim are there all the time, but the Fallards, you know, they're there to bartend and to help, you know, with putting up stuff outside and stuff. It's just takes, you know, it takes a village, and we have a whole
Does.
village here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
come on out,
Thanks
listen to
to
the music.
all our
Jordan Vet,
people.
we'll be there.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And all of our customers, thank you guys.
Thanks for patronizing. We
Yes,
appreciate it.
Yes, definitely.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your effort as well, because it is difficult having a business.
It is.
But the rewards are tenfold on either side, so
Yeah.
your food is
Yeah,
very
and it's
yummy.
meeting the people that we
Oh.
have met. That's the real, that's
You
the
know,
real
some
blessing.
of those customers we have to kick out, you know.
Not often.
No, we love Caroline, we love you guys.
Carolyn and Bob,
coming in all the
absolutely.
time.
We're regulars, yeah. Okay.
That's all for us. I'm not
That's
gonna
all
say
for you?
another word.
Okay. Well, I guess
If you want to jump in when she says something. you
I
feel
will.
like it.
Oh, Iris, you know Greg a little bit. He'll jump whenever he
I don't talk nearly as much as Pat. so-
Yeah, and you lost your priest, huh? Father,
We did, Father
Father
Greg. It
Greg.
was amazing. We
Yeah.
really,
Came
really
from
loved him. But
St.
you lost him,
Ted.
then we
We
lost
lost
him.
him,
We
and
lost, you lost
we
him,
lost
we
him
gained
to
him,
you,
you lost him.
yeah.
And then we lost him, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it was very sad.
It was
Yeah.
very
It
sentimental.
was, but I think he's,
He will do well.
he will.
They'll do well, they all will. We're losing Father Bayer too, and we
I know.
really, really like him. Yeah. But we got Father Wessel, and we're getting Father Greg, Father
You're getting Father
Gerber.
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 I can't keep.
Yes.
Yes, his first name, we found out, was Anthony.
Yes, Anthony Gerber. Mhm.
Yeah, so that transition's happening.
He does.
And Father Purcell out of Zell, he is so sweet. And he's leaving too.
Yeah, and you're getting, and I don't know who's.
They've
else.
got their guy already, but I don't remember who it
Well,
is.
Father Weber is coming to,
Is he
Is
coming
that where
out?
he's going, Zell?
Father Weber, I wish we know Father Ryan Weber, he's a friend of ours. I know he's going to St. Agnes, I don't know if he's going
Oh,
to
is he?
Zell.
Okay.
Oh,
He may be going to Zell.
I think
too.
they're Zell and Agnes.
He's a good man,
Yeah.
good guy.
Well, good, we're getting a lot of good ones.
You are? You are?
Yep, yep, yay, yay. Okay, Carolyn, let's hear about the art guild,
Okay.
or art, or
Well,
whatever.
I'm
A little bit of
here
everything.
representing the Art Guild, because I always say I drew the short straw and I got made president, but, so yeah, I'm representing the Art Guild, but I'm also here to kind of talk about the art community, because like Greg, I feel like the Art Guild is part of a bigger set of
It
things
is,
going
yeah.
on in this town. And, but first I'll talk about something that kind of made the newspaper and people may be wondering about, is there's a great big rock now on the courthouse square. And I kind of have to accept some of the responsibility for that. In short, that great big rock is the base for St. Genevieve's first public sculpture dedicated to art. There are other public sculptures, but this one is about art. And it's not something we normally do. The St. Genevieve Art Guild started out 40 years ago as a group of artists just to support each other. We were just kind of needing that cohesiveness and organization. About 15 years into that, we became a nonprofit. And at that point, we could apply for grant money, and we started doing more outreach, educational outreach. We started having something called the Promenade, where we were celebrating our art colony legacy. And our mission statement became to actually foster artistic development through educational programs, exhibits, and honoring the legacy of those artistic spirits that were working here before us. So 4 years ago, we were granted a lease on what used to be the old museum building. It was vacant. The museum had moved to their new headquarters, and we ended up putting in a proposal that we would be able to serve the public so much better if we had a dedicated space. We could offer regular classes to the public, which is something we were never able to do. We could have exhibits for more than just one weekend. We became kind of a tourist attraction. So many people come just to look at the free art. You know, a sign outside says free art exhibit, come look. Last year we had just shy of 3,000 people that visited the art museum and art center. And we're just wrapping up our summer session. We had about 120 just in the summer that came through as classes, 120 education opportunities. Because we can apply for grants, we've got one through the Arts and Education Council that allows us to offer classes for way below cost, $10 for kids, $20 in that neighborhood for adults. And in addition to that, we've been able to mount special exhibits. And last year in April, we did one that honored John James Audubon, and that was up for a while. And then we followed that with our very first ever quilt show in August at the DeBerg Center. And that was immense. It was very well attended.
Very well
Yeah, it was
attended.
really, really cool. And we are an all-volunteer organization. So it all depends on people volunteering their time to come make all these things happen. And that, again, thank you to all of our volunteers. This year we had a special educational exhibit, and we decided to honor our county's first artists. And we had some ancient art in the way of pottery pieces that had been found on the areas down near the river. And not everyone knows that we had a kind of a suburb of Cahokia right here in St. Genevieve County, and there's still a bit of the mound left out on Cottonwood Road. It's been worn down over the years. 200 years of plowing have kind of reduced its size, but it's still there. And so that village has been the subject of several archaeological digs, and so we have information about what they found there. So our display that's there at the museum right now, the art museum, is all about the artifacts that were left behind. So we've got some reproductions. I got pretty good at fake art.
She's
So-
really good at fake art. And you want to know,
I don't know that that's a good thing to be.
Well, okay, so if you see something on the market, you might not want to go. No, she also did this diorama of
Yeah.
what she thought the village and stuff. I mean, the things our president, our volunteers have done, they had to, you know, put tile on the floors, paint and everything. I mean, we were supplied with stuff, but this was our workhorses. And she's very good at getting volunteers, but she does a lot of the work. So
Thank you.
you do. You are very talented.
Well, this Native American exhibit was something that was kind of dear to my heart because I studied a bit
yes.
of that when I went to college. And so the idea that we had that here and that there were some Mayan influences and all that kind of thing just captured my imagination. And so for me, this was all fun. This was
Yeah,
total fun,
yeah.
is putting this together. And so I get a kick out of people coming in and seeing it and saying, hey, did you know that was here? Did you know, and then there's a basket of pottery sherds there. You can go pick them up and look at them and hold them, and they're 700 years old, that kind of thing. So this has all been, just a really cool interaction with, in some sense, the Native American community as well. Because the idea for a public sculpture kind of grew out of our educational mission. And so I'll tell you a little about how it started. It was kind of funny because we were kind of cruising along, just doing exhibits and all this kind of thing. And one of our board members walks in and says, look what Perryville's doing. And she hands us this. And this is I won't necessarily show it because you can't read it very well, but it says Perryville Outdoor Sculpture Exhibit. And when you read it, the sculpture exhibit goes on for a whole year. And they change it out every year. So we invited ourselves down to Perryville. And their tourism director, Tricia Erzfeld, was so kind to us. She explained all what they were doing. And basically what it comes down to is doing what they're doing, which is changing out the art every year and setting it all up, costs a lot of money. And they have this wonderful budget that we don't have here. Our tourism budget is very small compared to theirs. And so we were kind of jealous of what was going on down there. And our takeaway was we didn't want to copy what they were doing. We wanted to do something a little different. But on the other hand, golly, we're the art destination, we should be having some public art. And while we were down there, we saw all these murals that were everywhere in downtown Perryville. Again, Tricia Erzfeld and her budget was able to do this wonderful stuff for Perryville. And one of the artists is from here, Kenzie Wolk. And Kenzie has done some really beautiful things down there. She's been hired by them. So we kind of came back and went, But then we are lucky here in that Kenzie has done some art in St. Genevieve. She's currently doing a huge 2-story mural on the side of the DeBerg Center. And you would appreciate it. It's a giant bird overlooking a river.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's about halfway done, and it's gorgeous. And I want to say, I love it, but I can't sit here as a member of the Art Guild and say we had anything to do with it other than applaud her. Because we are so fortunate that the private sector has come forward and financed that mural. And it's actually the owner of the
Rozier?
it's the owner of the,
DeBerg Center?
no, the across the street.
Duber.
The
By
coffee?
the sandbar where.
Sandbar, thank you.
Sandbar.
It's the owner of the Sandbar.
Sandbar.
Sounds like 2 words.
Got him, yes.
Yep.
And he's.
Takes a village.
He's wanting, he can see this as a vision. The DeBerg Center bought into it because it's actually a photo opportunity for weddings. You would stand out in
Yeah.
front, And so this is all happening, again, in the private sector by people who care about making St. Genevieve better as an art destination. And it's wonderful. So again, we're part of this bigger group. I can't let go the mural thing until I mention Joy French. Because right outside our building, on the side of this building, Joy French has done a mural and then another one across the street. And I see people there all the time having their photo taken in front of that. Joy did this all of her own bat. She donated her time. She got all the permissions, got the scaffolding, got the paint, the whole thing. Nothing to do with the Art Guild. She went off and did this wonderful thing that the town needed. And personally, I congratulate her for
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
doing that, for the town. So again, we're part of this wonderful art situation, that is funneled through so many different individuals.
Right.
And I'll talk about that in a little bit because I'm going to talk about what's going on at the Fourth Friday, which is tomorrow.
And
Not tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
Day after.
Day after tomorrow, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Carrie was
ahead of
an
myself.
art
She's fresh
teacher
for
for
the weekend.
30 years also.
Yeah.
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 So she's got a good art background also.
Who
Yeah.
is this?
Carrie,
Joy?
Joy, yeah,
Joy French.
Joy French,
Yeah.
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 I say Carrie, I think, I don't know what I said.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Joy French is who I was talking
Yeah.
about.
Okay. Anyway, nobody was doing public sculpture, and there's a saying, if it's got to be, it's up to me. So, but could the Art Guild really do this? We really discussed it for a while because it's no small ask. It is huge. You have to make sure that the community's good with it, that you've got the right materials, it's going to hold up, it's not going to fall over, it's going to be safe, it's going to be insured, you got the permission of the landowners. So we thought, okay, we'll try this. So we went to the commission and we said, you own the land around the courthouse and around the art center and art museum. What do you think if we would try to put up a public sculpture there. And we'd like to base it on some pottery that was found down at the big field. This is actually what it looked like, and this is a drawing of it.
Charlie, you want to zoom in?
And so we asked Donna Roush, who not everybody knows. Donna Roush Harding is a member of the Chickasaw Nation. And so she was our advisor on this whole exhibit and everything. And so she picked the one in the middle. And the reason she picked it was not that it was the prettiest, but it represented the sun, the sky, the earth, the water, and the four directions and the four seasons. And so that became something that had a lot of meaning for a lot of Native American people. So we proposed that something along this line be put up. Then we started a contest. After the commissioner says, yeah, we're interested, we want to see what the design is. So we started a design contest. We got tall and skinny, we got danglies, we got all this stuff. Well, then Leon Bosler came in and he says, no, this should be on a slab of limestone with concentric circles of metal that are laid, So we were all like, okay, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Because here
Leon,
we have someone who knows about public sculpture and someone who has a real vision for what the possibilities were. So the commission agreed, and so we started working on trying to find the right stone to start with. And so we had a stone actually could be donated. Vern Bauman has always been a person who supported the arts, and we went, I didn't go, but Leon went and looked at a stone there. It wasn't level on the bottom. And we spent the next month talking about how we were going to get it to stand up straight, being so heavy. And we were really worried about, brackets, whatever, sinking it. And it wasn't quite as big or quite as shaping as what we wanted. So finally Vern said to Leon, go look around, make sure this is what you want. And so Leon went shopping. I had gone out to Roth Quarry because the building that we're in was made from stone from Roth Quarry. Well, they explained to me that their stone was too soft. I learned all kinds of things about stone, that if you stood it on end, you could get water seeping into the slices of the stone and it would cleave off. And so I said, okay, so you needed something more solid than that. So the Earthworks quarry is huge. I mean, it looks like it goes on for miles. You can go in there and it just opens up. And it's like a shopping mall for rocks. So Leon came back and he said, I have found the perfect stone. He said, it's taller than I am, and it's square on the bottom. It does, it's not going to go anywhere, and it's actually got a round thing, And so this is what he came back with. And this is Leon standing next to it, so you get a little bit of, this is the original design. He's standing next to the stone. And it has this curve to it that resembles the design.
Nice.
And it's like a three-dimensional thing already. And I'll never forget the look on his face because he lowered his voice suddenly and he said, it's $2,500. I said, oh. So we decided that this was important enough that we asked for help. We didn't have the $2,500, needless to say. We had some money, but this was blowing our budget. So we sat down and we wrote a grant to the St. Genevieve County Community Foundation. And those folks are amazing. They have supported so many good things. And we said to them, look, this is something that we're doing that is a beautification of the city. It's something that will be here for a while. It's not going to come and go within a year like some of the other ones. And it does have, it's a tourist draw, so on and so forth, but it's a tangible connection for anyone with Native American ancestry to their heritage. And it had so many good things going for it that they said yes, they would support us. And we were able to get a grant in support of this public sculpture. And everyone we've talked to about this has been so supportive of the idea of doing a public sculpture in St. John, that it's just really been wonderful. So I was able to make that phone call. Hey, we'll take the stone. Thank you very much. And then they said, well, you're going to have to get a crane. I said, a crane? Yeah, it's too heavy for our truck.
Oh, mercy.
I said, oh.
Wait a minute, Carolyn. Charlie, do you want to zoom in on this, the picture of the rocks on right now? Okay, you can keep talking. He heard me, he'll fix it.
So anyway, I asked around, I asked at the courthouse, or the commissioners, and they had given me the name of Harry Gage Jr. And so that was somebody they had worked with. And then when I spoke to Leon, lo and behold, he had gone to high school with Harry Gage Jr. So,
Oh, wow.
Harry Gage Jr. turned out to be a wonderful man to work with, and he not only was able to provide the crane, he was able to do the concrete underneath the stone as well to make sure that it had a platform to stay on, and then the whole Douglas's teeth. So that turned out to be a really cool thing. Watching them take this off the truck with this huge crane was just amazing, because he had to negotiate it around the head of the truck, miss the sign that says park at your own risk, and swing it around to where it was supposed to go, and then they had to get it off of the slings that it was on and get it just in the right spot. And the fellows that helped him were just incredible too. And when the excavating company truck wouldn't start, the head guy slid underneath the truck, threw some wires together, and off it went, you know. And I couldn't believe, you know, all that had gone on. And so I said something to his name is John, and he said, what are you guys doing with this rock anyway? I said, well, come on in and see. You know, I've got a picture of it here. I'll show it to you. Well, he came in, and he starts telling me that this is the sun and the sky and the land. He says, I'm Cherokee.
Oh, very nice.
And then he looked at our display, and he started describing things in the Cherokee language. And I just got goosebumps. I mean, it was just like the person who had been putting the rock in place was actually someone whose heritage that we were, you know.
Trying to honor.
Exactly. So this whole thing has just kind of really come together nicely.
That's what I mean when you start something. It's like things just connect.
Well, you hope they do.
They did here.
Because the person who's helping Leon with the medal is a fellow named Stan Winkler. And when Stan was standing there watching the stone get, you know, he says, oh, by the way, he says, I'm the one who did the gate. I constructed the gate that is on the museum building.
That's right.
Wow.
And he offered to refurbish it, and I said, well, you should put your name on it. It's a piece of art, because it really is. It's really amazing. He said it was one of the things he did that he liked the best. And so he's going to be working on the metal fabrication part. And so we're all kind of really excited to see how this is going to come out, because I didn't do I did a Photoshop on here, and this image really doesn't do it justice, because they're going to have this all offset in a way, and then the sky is probably going to have clouds embossed on it and that sort of thing. It's all going to be oxidized metal, so it won't be painted. It'll be oxidized metal, so the metal itself will have the color.
That is so
So,
cool.
yeah, it's going to be really something.
Where's it going to be? You're probably going to.
Right next to,
Yeah.
it's right there, next
Right.
to I showed you the big rock.
Okay.
You can't miss it. It's bigger than me.
It's actually on the lawn between the museum building and the
And the
courthouse.
courthouse. Yeah.
And so there's this alleyway
Oh, yeah.
there.
The door
I
behind
know
the
where it is.
church.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with that. And in order to bring this all together, you know, as anyone who's done construction knows, it costs more than you think. And so we're trying to do a little fundraising to help pay for it. And so we've got an art auction going on. And this is inside the Art Center. There's 18 different pieces of art that you can bid on. They've all been donated by members of the Art Guild, and they are, at this point, huge bargains, because $200, paintings are going for 20, at this point, because
So
the
come on
auction will
in.
close on August 13th, and this is Jour de Fête weekend. And so we're going to close it at 2 o'clock on that Sunday.
Okay.
And we're hoping a lot of people will come in and bid on these, and be generous about the art auction. There are some really, really nice pieces in there.
There are.
Yeah. And so it would definitely be worth a stop to just see what happened, what's there.
If you like baskets, there's a basket made by none only, Carolyn.
And there's a wonderful print made by Iris.
No, it's her painting.
She's got a
painting.
painting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
her painting.
I've already bid on several of them,
Yeah.
and I hope I get outbid.
No, okay.
Well, it doesn't cost anything to bid.
It doesn't.
Well, if you get, and I want them. I want them. They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot of very talented artists
Oh my gosh.
within the community, and
amazing.
people in general that, like yourselves or all the artists and whatnot. It's,
And art in all its various forms, our music, our drama.
yes.
We are so blessed in this
Blessed, yeah.
community.
Yeah, Theater
People
Guild.
have talent coming
Yeah.
out of their toenails.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
And the quilting, the
Oh,
young,
yeah.
there's a
You
bunch
saw
of
that?
And the
young ones
culinary,
that
just
do
saying.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
You're
tasty.
right. That's an art also.
Yes.
So anyway, we're of course open on Fourth Friday, which is the day after tomorrow. Yeah. But I wanted to talk a little about what else is going on Fourth Friday, because there's quite a bit actually this particular Fourth Friday. In addition to the Art Center, Leon Bosler's gallery is having a soft opening. And that is at Silver Sycamore, which is catty corner from the old brick at 3rd and Market. And we're all excited about it. They've done a huge renovation in there and have really done some nice things. And of course, all new art inside, and everybody's kind of been waiting for this. It's, as with construction, it's taken longer than it should have, of course. So we're just so lucky to have a fine art gallery, a really fine art gallery in this town. I mean, that is really kind of a cornerstone for having an art community, is to have a really, really fine gallery like that. Down the street on Merchant Street, the Bricks Winery will be open, and a little bit of,
Amazing.
hard cider.
Amazing mead. Amazing
and
mead.
mead.
Yeah, and they're hard.
Natalie and Bridget do a phenomenal
Don't
job.
they though?
Oh my
Don't
gosh.
they? But
The
they've
best.
they've been coming up with interesting things to do for Fourth Friday.
Yeah.
Not being an actual art venue, they've come up with art things. And last time they did an Etch-a-Sketch contest, which I thought was
Wonderful.
really inventive. This time, they're doing a display of examples of anaglyph 3D art. And I thought, what is anaglyph? I had to go look this up. Well, do you remember going to movies where you had special glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
3D
3D,
glasses.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what you need for this, because anaglyph, you take a red drawing, and then you move it 1/8 of an inch this way and this way, and you do a blue drawing, and your eyes go, till you put the glasses on, and it pops.
Wow.
It makes it 3D. And so they're going to show you how to do that.
Oh,
So I think that is so interesting.
They are. They're
They are.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are such a addition to the community.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
absolutely.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Every one
Always
of these
doing
shop-
something. They're-
Every
yeah.
one of these shops that has come in has added, something new
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
vibrant.
Yeah.
Something,
Yeah.
Unique.
yes.
new
And
They are.
that's the thing. I mean, a lot of places you go and a lot of the stores or people, they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own niche.
Yes.
Or
They
Yeah.
do,
And they are
they've
different.
embraced this community as
it's-
well, which is,
It's a creativity that they're bringing
they are.
in all forms.
Amen.
So you go from Bricks and you walk to the Audubon and have dinner,
There you
okay?
go.
And then you make a left and you go down North Main,
Yeah.
okay? The thing you come across is Music Art Love, and that's another person who has made a
Yes.
huge difference, is Chris
Oh,
Alexander.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
And
Yes, definitely.
she's got music there a lot, just all kinds of entertainment as well as art.
Art.
And Music Art Love is a good good name for it.
Yeah.
In fact, some of the art that she has there this Friday is by
Nice.
Iris
Oh,
Fisher.
you're gonna be
And
there this
Linda,
Friday?
yes.
And
Good.
Linda,
Yeah.
Linda Fisher.
Oh, wonderful.
Linda's got whimsical cats.
Whimsical cats. Oh,
And I
like
have a
that.
variety of minis, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's
But
very
today
cool.
she's got easels. She said, okay. I said, okay, I'll bring a couple big ones, but most of them are minis, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, how cool.
And
So
then
it'll be
across,
fun.
across the street from Music Art Love, of course, is Jean Rissover's Eclectics Gallery.
Yes.
Talk about another dynamo who
Oh
has
my
made
gosh.
such a
Yes.
difference in this community.
And
I
she's also helped with the art walk. All you guys helped with the
Well,
art walk
she's
and the art.
she's the kingpin of the art
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah.
She is the organizer.
And
makes
her
all this
mind
happen.
is so creative.
Oh,
She
she
can
does all
tell
the
a
paintings
story.
from
Yeah.
just,
And she can tell a story about a painting that you just really believe and it's all made up.
that's that newspaper part of her. That reporter.
But her gallery is amazing too.
It
It's
is.
just
It
a
is.
small space, but oh my goodness, is it
Yes.
crammed with goodies.
Yes.
It really is a really
And
amazing
she's got a lot
variety.
of little miniatures too that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
real reasonable
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
but, and I can't go, she dreams all this stuff. and
Out of her
paints
mind.
it.
Yeah.
I can't do that. You
Yeah.
know, I have to look at something to see what I'm, she just
Just
thinks
comes up.
about it and it comes. And they're people,
Yeah.
almost always people.
Always
Yeah.
people.
And that's to me exceptional.
That is a
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah. Only Child Originals is another original art place. Sam Conlon makes art. You can also create your own photo across the street at Masquerade.
Oh,
That's a place where they have costumes and you can go in and become whatever you want to dream
Love
to
that.
be and have your picture taken.
That's awesome.
yeah.
And then I think there's some other art venues I may have missed. I think European Entitlements has probably got
Yes,
something
they
going
have.
on.
Do
Can you think
something.
of anybody else, Iris?
QRST, but they're not going to be open Friday night.
Oh,
But
okay.
they have my art there also.
Yeah,
Great tea,
Plus they have
bread,
wonderful
yes.
teas.
They do,
Yeah.
Brad.
yeah.
They have afternoon teas or high teas, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And just to go in there and have a glass of tea,
Yeah.
you can pick what you want. Very nice place.
It is.
And then you end up at the Silver Sycamore in our
Mhm.
gallery and
Yeah.
you got everything
Yeah.
all in your little square.
Right.
Yeah,
And
it's
don't
a-
let the heat bother you because you could always get a cold beer at the
At
Audubon.
the Audubon.
Mixed drink. Or we've got those little frozen, well, and the girls at
They have, yeah,
Bricks
at
have
Bricks.
frozen, and those
Frozen
frozen
Oh,
drinks
yeah,
They
too.
they
do.
do, yeah.
But, do they call the sassafras, is that part of the art walk?
I think she wasn't getting enough traffic because so many people find this a very
It's she-
walkable
yeah,
thing.
yeah, and hers is a little down
she's
the
down St. Mary Road, bless her
Yeah.
heart.
She has-
Oh,
She tried it for quite
Great
a while.
place.
and-
Pat and I
is.
went in there.
Yeah.
I had not been, Pat had. I went in there this
It's
fall
more like a
and I loved it.
colonial, American.
She
Oh,
makes,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
she
stuff.
makes a lot of the
Oh
things
my gosh,
herself.
yes. Yeah, what a real jewel for
And
this
that
town.
little
Yeah.
cabin that's next
Yes,
door.
Cabin's
that's a
great.
B&B.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Airbnb.
Oh, yeah.
And what is his name that came and did that from Fixer Upper?
Clint.
Clint.
He stayed with us, the guy that does the Fixer Uppers on the TV show.
Oh,
Actually
yeah.
stayed with the Hollywood crew at our hotel.
Yeah,
Nice.
And yeah, it was great.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, it's.
Fun.
it's very-
Sam has another place down there too.
Yeah.
She has
yeah.
Yeah, she has
three.
Rust.
The other one is
Rust.
a bunch of ladies from St. John that have their items in there, crochet and
Oh, yeah,
I
all
don't know,
handmade
jewelry-
items.
yeah,
Oh,
all
I want some
handmade.
hats
Okay.
there,
Yeah.
yeah, and a bag.
Yeah, her mom
they're
does
really
some of
neat.
those,
Yeah.
doesn't she?
Pardon?
Her mom does some of that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And some of the jewelry. yeah.
Lot
So we
of-
have a lot of
Yeah.
A
great
lot of
places.
artists and artisans in town.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
really do.
And
And
at
ASL Pewter, I don't think they're open on the
Are they
art
on
walk.
Friday? No.
I don't think they're open on the
Got
art walk, but
amazing.
They-
talk
We
Yeah.
have
about-
some
They've
of
got
his stuff
amazing.
Talk
in our
about
library.
amazing art,
Yes,
yeah,
oh
in
my,
this town.
it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
art.
Yes.
It is.
And
Yes.
their last one, they have a intern there now. She's going to Cape to college learning it. And they decided they had a picture, I think a tracing or a pencil design of the churches. So they decided, why don't we make an ornament of the church? She goes, okay. He said, but I don't want like it is. Do something different. Well, she did the front of the church, the Catholic church, with the doors open. You can see the tabernacle
Wow.
in there and the cross on top of the tabernacle. Beautiful.
I have to
Very,
see
I mean,
that.
it's only
We'll have
about,
to get one of those.
they're only about
That's
this
amazing.
big,
Wow.
but they're really, really nice.
So that, because I
And-
bought some of their ornaments
Yeah,
before.
we
but
Yes.
have some of their work.
And on the back
amazing.
of
It's
it, he's
amazing.
got that what it is, made by ASL Pewter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
how cool.
So
And
he's
they
hoping
ship
she
all over the
stays.
place.
They
That's
do.
what the thing is. Some of
Yeah.
these artisans we have in this town
Exactly.
are world known.
Right,
Should
You
be.
know, they are.
They are.
yeah.
because
They
it's-
do Williamsburg. All
Yeah,
the stuff
oh,
that's
I
up
would
there.
imagine, yeah.
And in Kentucky, they send a lot to Kentucky and a couple
Yeah.
other places, he
Wow.
told me.
And the
This
people,
past weekend, they had, I think, no, weekend before. Well, it might have been this weekend, I don't remember. Anyway, they had 8 artisans there. And it was really nice. They had the girl that does the scrimshaw, is that how you say it?
Scrimshaw?
Scrimshaw, from up in St. Louis. And then they had a guy that did, well, a lady did embroidery work, like little quilt patches. And another one had all kind of other designs that were sewn and woven patches and
they
things.
do those usually during the week.
Yeah, well, it was
All
on the
weekend.
weekend.
Oh,
They
it's
had it
weekend.
special, yeah.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
special
And
event. It was
It
a
would,
park.
yes.
Yeah.
But the things that they have there are so nice, plus all their nice ornaments and stuff.
Right, yeah.
So there's a lot of really creative stuff in the shops in town.
Well, and talk about the creativity. Iris is very much a part of that with teaching the young children.
Absolutely.
And having the, what do we call it, the plein air for the children?
Youth plein air.
Yeah, youth
Oh, the
plein air.
youth plein
I
air,
mean,
yeah.
and we have a plein air coming up,
Yes, we do.
yeah, up in
September.
September. so
I think
that's
I'd like to
coming.
come visit this town.
And Angie Dalton has been helping with
Oh,
youth
yeah,
plein
I
air
know.
for
I
years,
mean,
yeah.
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 We
Yeah,
have,
just a lot of people
Fun.
working together.
Lots-
makes
Yes,
it
a lot of stuff to see, a lot of stuff to do.
yeah,
Yep,
Great
St. John's the
imagination.
place to be.
You got it?
it
You got
is.
it.
I loved it as a kid, and
Love it as an
I-
adult.
Yeah, and I just feel so blessed to be a part of the community with the art, and now with the hotel and the restaurant. I mean, it's just, you know, you can feel the I don't know what it is. Everybody coming
There's an
together. to work.
energy, there's,
Yeah.
A vibe.
there
Yeah.
is, there is. And I see it happening. We've been, Pat and I have been involved, obviously, since
Oh.
the start of the Audubon, but we have just seen such,
Oh well, we
it's
used
more than growth. There's a spirit here.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There is something in this town that it's a magnet. We have a lot of friends. Obviously, we live in Festus. We're the foreign owners. We live in Festus, so the Jefferson County. But the nice thing about it is we have so many friends that come down and they love this town. They
And
love
when
we
what
ask-
this town offers.
When we ask our people that come in from out of town where they're from and everything, and how did you hear about us, and why are you here? I mean, everybody says, we'll be back, we'll
Yeah,
be back,
they
you
love
know?
it.
And
So-
we've gained a lot of addition to our town, people buying.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
When they come, they
Yes.
visit,
Yes.
and they want to stay.
absolutely.
So they
Absolutely.
move here.
Yeah,
You got it.
it's a nice place to raise a family, to be
It is.
involved in the town, you know?
Yeah, our
There is a
schools are
town
great.
square, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, so do you want to run over, or go over, not run over, all of your events and the times?
So
people
you
will-
betcha.
Is
I
that
will
first we
hit the
have
Oktoberfest first, even though that's one of the latter events, because in the back can pull up the other events that are coming up. But the Oktoberfest is September 16th to the 17th, Saturday and Sunday. We will, on the Audubon side, we will have music. There'll be a Volkswagen parade in town. Again, this is a group effort. These are a lot of people involved in this Oktoberfest, not Audubon's. We just are fortunate to be a part of it. We have the German family celebration, the Wiener dog races, Again, we have music across the street, the beer garden. Going back to the Jour de Fête, we have 3 bands playing Jour de Fête weekend.
August 12th and 13th.
Yes,
Yes.
and then we have, and those bands are, Pat?
Oh, I have to go to the next screen, sorry.
So real quick, the bands are Shenanigans from 11 to 3 on Saturday, followed by Fault Line Local, again, 5 to 9 on Saturday night. Sunday, Jour de Fête, we have Chris Welch. Chris has played for us before, 11 to 2. And then Saturday, the following week, back to school, guys. It's Streamline Acoustic, 5:30 to 9:30 are playing Saturday, August the 19th. And again, it's a back to school celebration. Then we hit the Oktoberfest. Also, October 14th, Jackie Tyler Music is playing. And then October 28th, Shannon Cox and Friends, 5 to 9.
Oh, they were good.
I got to tell you, you want a cold drink, you want food, our beer garden has got everything you want. And we have we put a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources into making what we think is part of the hub of St. Gen, and that entire historic district is the hub, but we're happy to be a part of that. And we're happy to bring some music and some fun and some relaxation, a family atmosphere for people to come to St. Gen.
Yeah.
Come on out, have
And
a good
there's-
time. And if you're hungry, come over to the restaurant. If we're not serving food across the street, we definitely are serving it in the restaurant.
Well, then in October, there's quite a few things like the Spooktacular, Rural
Oh,
Heritage
Rural Heritage,
Stage,
thanks, Patty, yeah.
and Deja Vu Spirit Reunion. That
Right,
is
that's
always so
always
cool.
good, yeah.
And the Pecan Palooza is starting to go into November.
Yes.
Of course, we got lots of things coming in November and December. Well,
And another thing at the, I never can remember the name of the house, the white one, where the homeschoolers go.
Oh, not the Bolduc house, it's across the street.
Moses Off? No.
Across from the Bolduc, we'll say that.
Oh,
They have
oh,
events
Lemuel.
every Saturday,
Lemuel,
yes.
yeah.
So go, be sure if you come to town, or even your town people, go there on Saturday, and there's a lot of events that go on there.
At the
That's
Lemire
free will
House.
offering, most
Oh.
of them are,
Wow.
are free,
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yeah.
Again, what a
Well,
great
and
place
the
to bring your
National
family.
Parks
Really is.
have,
Yeah,
the national parks
They
have
do.
tours all the time too.
Yes, they
There's
do.
tours at each of the historic homes,
Yeah.
so. I mean, if you can't find something to do at
Do
St.
St.
John.
You know what?
you're not looking.
You're not looking. I love it.
Yeah,
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 I think,
we
I think
miss
everybody's
Marianne.
blessed
Yeah.
to live here.
Yeah, they are.
Amen.
Yeah.
yeah, we miss Mary Ann.
Yeah.
Okay, Carolyn, you wanna
Okay, well.
tell your events again, and then?
Yeah, well, Fourth Friday is not the Art Guild event, but it is part of, again, we're part of a bigger event, and we're glad to be part of it. Happening this July 28th, which is Friday. And stop by the art auction after you hear the music at the Audubons Sunday. Come by and do your final bid on your favorite piece of art, and
During
pick
Jour de Fête.
up something wonderful for a bargain and Jour de Fête.
Love it.
And then, the week after the Oktoberfest in September
Yeah.
is the plenary event.
Yes.
And that starts on that Wednesday, I think it's the 20th, and runs through that Sunday,
Right.
which is the 25th. And so there's
that's
a
always a
reception.
fun
and-
event.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, seeing all the people out painting and so forth. Yeah. So, okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, ladies.
So, and be sure to stop by Music, Art, and Love
Yeah.
Yes.
and
see
look
Iris
at
and Linda's.
Iris and Linda's painting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
And also there's a band playing too, or Jim Prince maybe? No. Well, anyway, just stop by, 6 to 9, they're open.
Tim and the
So-
Price.
Yeah, Tim, yeah,
Tim.
Price.
Just keep walking around.
Yes,
You'll
walk
find
around and
something
see
going on.
everything, right.
Absolutely.
Just keep walking.
Yeah.
Like, just keep swimming? Just keep walking.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank
for
you.
being
Thank
on,
you.
And
Have a
thank
good
you,
time.
Carolyn.
Thank you, Gretchen, nice to
And
meet you.
thank you,
Nice to
Gretchen.
be here. Thanks, Iris.
Thank you, Iris.
I think she's a keeper, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If she wants to be kept.
I'm not going anywhere yet.
Okay, so we'll just say goodnight to everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.